Howdy and welcome to Down the Vent, partners. Today we're taking a look at a game from 524 Labs called Area 1851 Express. Let's get to it. Okay, let's go ahead and take a look at how to play Area 1851 Express. So here I have the game set up for 3 players. You're going to take all the reputation tokens, put them here in the middle of the board. These are little effects tokens as well that you get throughout the game. You'll put those where everyone can reach them. You're going to shuffle the 6 thing cards and put those face down. And you're going to shuffle all the scrap cards that come with it. And then you're going to deal 7 to each player to start the game. Each player is also going to take one of these reference cards. And they are double-sided. They tell you like what happens when you deliver, what the tokens do when you use them, what the tiebreakers are at the end of the game, and it kind of walks you through each turn and everything like that as well. These are really helpful, and they also help you keep track of your scrap heap and your workspace. So, this is a drafting game at the most simplest terms, and if you don't know what a drafting game is, I can explain that real quick too. So, each player is going to start with 7 cards in their hand, and you are going to pick one of these cards. So, after you pick a card, you'll put it face down, and then you'll pass your hand to the person to your left. So everyone's going to pick a card like that, and pass. Once everyone's picked their cards and has passed their deck onto the next person, or their hand on the next person, they'll go ahead and reveal, and then everyone will grab the remaining 6 cards, choose another one, put it face down, pass, and then keep going like that until you're out of cards. And that's essentially a drafting game. So, but this has some other stuff on top of it. So, in this game, you're trying to make gadgets that you can get rep with, I guess, the people of this time. So you're trying to get rep, which is designated in the top left corner of the cards. That's how much rep this pony's worth. 2. To start a gadget, though, you need a base card. So all the base cards have this type of symbol here in the top left. Underneath the number, it's like a little white, like microchip-looking symbol. And you'll notice there's different versions of it. Like the pony has 3 slots on it. The cooking pot has 2 slots on it there. And I don't have a single slot, but there are single slot ones as well. And that is how many attachments that you can actually hook up to this gadget. So the pony, you notice, has a 3 attachment spot here, a 2 attachment spot there, and a 1 attachment spot there. So I'm going to take the pony as my first card, and I'll just pick something here for these guys real quick. There is a single attachment card right there, so we're going to use that one. And let's see what this guy's got here. Alright, and we're going to say that this guy, he does, but we're going to just say for an example purpose that he doesn't have any base cards that you can attach other cards to in his hand. He's going to go ahead and do something else here. So, alright, so once everyone has placed their cards face down, now you have several options of what you can do with that. So, you can start a new gadget. To start a new gadget, as I said earlier, you have to have a base card, which is one of the ones with the microchips, and you'll just put that up here in your workspace. So, you're trying to build this pony. Something might be added to it, something, might be enhanced before we get down to the end. You can also attach a mod to one of your gadgets that you're building, and that would, we'll show you soon, but it's essentially attaching it to one of these 3 locations on the card. You can attach scrap to a gadget, so say you don't have anything you can play and you really want to finish the gadget, the back of every card in the deck counts as scrap, except the thing cards. And when you play it face down, instead of revealing what it is, you're just going to go ahead and attach it like that, and see the 2 pieces match up right there, and you have a scrap now attached to your gadget. You can add to your scrap heap if you just don't have any cards you want to play or nothing looks good in the hand. You can just put it down here in your scrap heap, and those can be used later in the game with some of the effects and some of the tokens. Or you can take a thing card. So if you don't have a base at the beginning of the game to start a gadget, that's really bad. So what you want to do is go ahead and discard this card and take a thing card instead. So you'll draw the top one, and the thing card is always a base card. So they are always worth 0 reputation, so they're not great, but they at least let you get started in the game and continue building and whatnot. So, Alright, so we're going to go ahead now, and I don't want base cards now. Well, I can still start another gadget. You're not limited to how many gadgets you can have going, but when you get to the end of a round, which is when we're out of all 7 cards, you're going to wipe any gadgets that aren't completed, unless like you have a force field token on them, or there's some other effects that allow you to keep them. So now I'm trying to improve my pony. So, let me see here. Well, I mean, seems like a pretty easy choice here. This, that is wrapped with hide card is worth 3 reputation, so I'm going to play that one. We're just going to draw one randomly for these guys here. Do the same here. And we'll go ahead and reveal. So, that is wrapped with hide, and I'm going to go ahead and link it to my pony. So now I have a pony that is wrapped with hide, obviously better than a normal pony. We'll go ahead and see what this guy gets. He chose a card that can't be played, so we're going to go ahead and actually just play that as scrap. And then this guy got a card that says that just broke. So now he has a settler thing that just broke. So now the leggings, since they only have one connection, have actually been completed. So after everyone has revealed their cards, we'll go to the step where you will actually turn your gadget in, and that is called delivering. So we're going to go ahead and deliver this gadget here. So they have the scrap leggings. Okay. So the first they're going to get 3 reputation, 1 for the scrap and 2 for the leggings. So they'll take that. And then they'll take any abilities that are on the bottom of the card. So this ability here has like the walkie-talkie symbol. So that just means they'll get to take this walkie-talkie token. And that can be used on future turns when you would play cards. And then they'll go ahead and discard their gadget that they've delivered now. And we will just continue the game normally. So the walkie-talkie here is actually a swap action, I think. That's what it's supposed to be. It's not actually just walkie-talkies. And that is, you will select 2 zones. Either your hand, your scrap heap, which would be down here, or your workspace, and then swap 1 card from each of the chosen zones. So I could choose, like, say I had a card I put in my scrap heap earlier that will go really good on my pony instead of the scrap. I could choose that, flip it out, and then have a better card in play now. So there's a lot of interesting things that can go on with these different abilities. We'll just go ahead and go around a couple more times here, see what we can do. So I need to finish my pony, and I already have a 1 connector, so I can't connect anything there again. I need a 3, or I need a 2. But there are none, so I have a couple other options. I can start a new device or gadget, or I can just play scrap, or I can discard one of these to get a thing, or I can actually add it to my scrap heap. I think I'm going to try and start another gadget, and I don't want another one with 3 connectors because, I mean, we only have 4 more cards left after that. So I'm just going to try this nasal insert because it's only got the 2 connectors there. So I'll play that. We'll go ahead and choose something here for them. Sure, they'll do that. And what's this guy going to do? He wants to finish. Yes, alright. Okay, so we'll go ahead and reveal. So now I'm trying to make a nasal insert as well as complete the upgrades on my pony. This player here is trying to make an Omni translator. And this person here has improved their settler thing. Not only is it just broken, it is now made of wood as well, because wood makes everything better. So we're just going to keep going around. We're almost done with this round here. We'll play this one. Yeah. Yep, that sounds good. I'm just going to grab a card here and try and finish this one for this guy. Yeah, you can't, so we're just going to play that. Comes here. Alright, and then we'll go ahead and reveal. So here I have, that is pocket size. So now I have the pony that is wrapped with hide in pocket size. This guy played a dehydrated habitat. He's actually going to play that as a scrap though, so he can complete another object or gadget. And then this one is also going to do the same thing, play this as scrap to complete his settler thing. Okay, so that's the end of that. So now we have 2 gadgets that are ready for delivery. We'll go ahead and start with this player here. They have 1 plus 2 for the Omni Translator, so they'll get 3 more victory points, or reputation points. And then they have this recycle symbol, which says, add 2 cards from this gadget to your scrap heap. So instead of actually discarding these, you're going to flip them over as scrap, and they go into your scrap heap for later use, which is always good. This player here has 1 plus 0 plus 2 plus 3, so they have 6 reputation for that gadget. So that's pretty good. And then we're going to go through their abilities here. This one says gain 1 rep, that symbol right there. Gain 1 rep for each card of this gadget that doesn't match this card. So there are 3 different reputations in the game. There's the Cowboys, the Aliens, and the Native Americans. And we unfortunately didn't look at that very well, obviously. And only the scrap does not match. So that does not match this card. Yep, so they get 1 extra bonus point for that. But if all 3 of these cards were different, which is possible, then they would have got 3 bonus victory points. And then these 2 cards actually don't have any special abilities on them. So the Thing gets discarded to the Thing pile, and everything else gets discarded to the normal scrap pile. Alright, we're almost done with the round. Not looking good for me to finish this pony and stuff, so I might just have to use some scrap. So I want to do that there. They're just going to grab this card, they'll grab this card, and we'll be good to go. I'm just going to turn this into scrap so I can finish my pony here. This player is going to play that to their scrap heap just to get something added. And that player is going to try to finish a gadget. They have 2 chances. Probably not going to happen, but hey. Alright, so I have the scrap pony that is wrapped with hide and pocket-sized. That is worth 1, 3, 6, 9 victory points, or reputation points. I always get those confused. Too many Euro games, I guess. And then we'll go through the symbols. So the first one here on the pony is the violin, which says add a card to your scrap heap from the draw pile. So I'll just grab the top one, put it right there. That is wrapped with hide, and that is pocket size. Do not have any action items or tokens or effects on them, so they'll all just get discarded. And we'll just go ahead try and get this finished here. So I'm just going to play this as scrap. Put this here, and we'll put this here. Oops, yeah. Alright, so I'm going to play this as scrap, and I'm going to attach it to my nasal insert, because I want to try and finish that before the end of the game. This player is just going to keep adding to their scrap heap, because they're feeling crazy. And this person is going to add this as an attachment here. Alright, so we have our last cards. Everyone's just going to flip those over, because you don't get a choice of what those are. I'm just going to attach mine to scrap again. This player is got the comfortable, so they're going to put that there. And this guy just wants to add to his scrap again one more time. Actually, he's going to add this here. Okay, so that's the end of the round. I do get to turn in my gadget, though, before the end of the round. So I have 4 reputation points here with my gadget. That's not so bad at all, for something I just threw together real quick without thinking about it, with a bunch of scraps of scrappy nasal insert. And this one has the a different ability on it here. It says gain 1 rep for each other card of this gadget that matches this card. That is the aliens. I didn't have any alien attachments to it, so sadly they just go away. This guy did not finish his, and this guy has one that is not finished either. So now we go to the final assembly phase. So after all the hands have been emptied, you have 1 more chance to finish your gadgets that are out. You can look through your scrap heap and attach any cards to the uncompleted gadgets face down as scrap, so you have a chance to deliver them still. Any of the icons that are on the cards, like these abilities here, will not trigger though, because you're just throwing it together as fast as you can to deliver it to get the points. So this guy actually left out. He had so much stuff in his scrap heap, he was able to complete this card still. He'll get 1, 2, 3, 5 more reputation, and nothing triggers for extra points or anything like that. But at least he didn't let those cards go to waste. They were able to get some bonus points. So this person, unfortunately, though, they did not have a chance to finish it. They didn't have any cards in their scrap heap, and they didn't have a force field on it, which allows you to keep 1 gadget. So they lose that until it's gone. So they lose it. So that's essentially how you play Area 1851 Express. I did forget to mention early, but these components look pretty nice, but they are actually still prototype components, so it might even look better after the Kickstarter is finished. So I'm pretty excited to see what they do. If you have any questions about the gameplay or any of the cards that you saw here, drop a comment below. But for now, let's head up and see what I think about Area 1851 Express. Okay, so what do I think about Area 1851 Express? It's pretty interesting. After I was done playing it, I was kind of like, this feels similar because it's a drafting game, and a lot of games are drafting games. But I really enjoy drafting games, so, it felt similar but good to me. So this, when asked what I could most compare it to, I kind of thought about Sushi Go Plus. Because it's not as simple as just like, trying to make sets. You're trying to make sets, but then the sets can trigger different actions and stuff like that to give you abilities and things like that as well. So it's neat that they added a little bit more onto just being a drafting game. There's actually a lot of strategy in what cards you want to take, and if you can't play a card, being able to put it as scrap, that's great, or being able to like discard it and take one of the things to start a gadget if you don't have any starting pieces is brilliant, because you don't want to be stuck on your first turn not be able to start a gadget. So I think they did a really great job with this. I love the artwork. I think the theme's pretty cool. Aliens and cowboys and Native Americans, cool, awesome, let's do it. And I think they brought them all together really well. I like that, you can mix together like cowboy gadgets with alien enhancements and vice versa and all that stuff too. So that's really neat. So if this sounds interesting to you, I highly recommend you check out the Kickstarter link below. It is going to be down in like the more info area of the YouTube page. Just look there. There's going to be tons of information, and you can see even more of the great artwork and stuff like that. So head over to Kickstarter, check it out. And until next time, my name's Joe, and you've been watching Down the Vent. Bye.